The sun was like a warm hand on Sophia's shoulders, the scent of salt and sunscreen a familiar perfume. Nate's fingers laced with hers, a comfortable weight as they strolled down the boardwalk. The weathered planks groaned a friendly hello under their feet. They were ready for a day of adventurous, uncomplicated joy. Ice cream first? Nate asked. He gestured with his hand towards a small, pastel-painted shop with a line already forming. Or should we claim our spot on the sand before the best ones are gone? Sand first. Definitely. I need to feel it between my toes. They headed back towards the water, passing back by the busy shops and restaurants, an urgency in Sophia's steps. They reached a set of wooden stairs. Sophia laughed. Come on already, why are you poking around? She tugged him towards the stairs leading down to the shore, her white bikini, a stark, beautiful contrast against her sun-kissed brown skin. Nate was mentally mapping out the best place to drop the blanket. They weaved through a few different sets of parents with playing children, as well as others who were either playing volleyball, building sandcastles, or simply enjoying the rays and sound of the crashing waves. They found a perfect stretch of shoreline, away from those boisterous families and closer to the gentle curve of the bay. Nate spread their towel, a bright slash of color on the pale sand, while Sophia dug her toes in, sighing in pure contentment. Ready for a challenge? Nate grinned, pulling a diamond-shaped kite from their bag. It was a brilliant blue, the color of the deep ocean, with a long, streaming tail of rainbow ribbons. Sophia took the string, her fingers brushing his for a brief moment. Only if you think you can keep up. The wind seemed to agree, catching the kite instantly, pulling it from her hands and sending it soaring into the cloudless sky. They took turns, running along the water's edge, letting the string out, watching the kite dance and dive like a captive bird. They were having so much fun that they couldn't stop laughing. As the sun climbed higher, the heat intensified, shimmering above the sand. Time for phase 2, Nate declared, expertly reeling in the kite. He looked at Sophia, his eyes sparkling with an excitement that was infectious. You ready to get wet? Sophia's immediate, brilliant smile was his answer. He led her towards a rental shack near the pier, the bold letters, Jet Ski Rentals, painted on the side. The hum of engines and the spray of water promised a faster-paced thrill. They chose a sleek, red jet ski. Nate took the driver's seat, and Sophia settled behind him, her arms wrapped securely around his waist. She rested her cheek against his back, feeling the warmth of his skin through the thin cotton of his t-shirt, a small moment of intimacy before the rush. With a roar, the engine came to life. Nate eased them away from the shore, the water calm at first. Then, once they were clear of the buoys, he opened the throttle. The jet ski leapt forward, a sudden, exhilarating burst of speed that stole Sophia's breath. She screamed, a sound of pure joy, tightening her grip as they bounced over the waves. The spray was cool on her skin, a welcome relief from the heat. The world became a blur of blue and white, of sun and sea and the solid, reassuring presence of Nate in front of her. Nate expertly carved through the water, making wide, sweeping turns that sent sheets of spray into the air, creating fleeting rainbows in the sunlight. He glanced back at her, his grin wide and carefree, and she knew this moment was one she would hold onto, a perfect snapshot in time. Eventually, they slowed, drifting in the gentle swell far from the shore. All they could hear were seagulls, and the rhythmic slap of water against the hull. It was so peaceful on the open ocean. They savored the moment. He reached out, his hand finding hers. Having fun? He asked, his voice soft now, barely a whisper above the water. Sophia leaned forward, pressing a kiss to the side of his salty face. More than you know, she whispered back. The sun began its slow descent, painting the sky in hues of orange and pink, a perfect end to a perfect day.